In hindsight, we accomplished what was required. With Unicron's awakening, extreme measures needed to be taken. Enemies became allies. Allies became confidants. And with the matrix of leadership, the planet Earth was saved. Though at immeasurable personal cost. When Optimus surrendered the matrix, he lost more than the collective wisdom of the Primes.
Who are they?
Our mortal enemies!
He lost himself.
That doesn't follow. Optimus knew Megatron.
They were like BFFs.
If Optimus did not know his own name, perhaps it is because the title of Prime hasn't yet been granted to him.
Huh? What?
Say again?
With the power of the Matrix no longer within him, it would stand to reason that Optimus has reverted to his pre-Prime state. The historical archivist, Orion Pax.
You mean in his mind?
Are you telling me Prime thinks he's some kind of librarian and a Decepticon?
Attention crew! Our guest is currently in isolation to help ease his transition. But when Orion Pax emerges, he is to be shown every courtesy. And the first to address him is Optimus Prime. Will have their voice box torn out.
Lord Megatron, is it wise to allow an Autobot, current or former, full run of the premises?
Nothing happens aboard this ship without my knowledge. You would do well to remember that, Arachnid. But there's no need for concern. Orion does not possess the same fight Optimus is so renowned for.
Then what use is he to our cause?
Rest assured, Orion Pax will indeed earn his stripes.
Welcome back to the winning team.
Being a Decepticon is a choice, Agent Fowler. One that I have a hard time believing Optimus would make at any point in his life.
So if he's riding with the cons...
It's because Megatron's working some kind of voodoo.
Orion Pax may not currently be an Autobot up here, but I must believe he will never stop being one in here. We must locate him to know for certain.
Hold up. I have a chip lodged in my behind that lets Uncle Sam know when I stop for donuts. Are you telling me you can't just track Prime?
Optimus's signal has not reappeared since he embarked for Earth's core. But we must get to work finding him if we have any hope of initiating his contingency plan.
Contingency plan?
What contingency?
Is that even a word?
The key card. So what's it do?
It grants access to Vector Sigma, the repository of the wisdom of the Primes.
Is that some sort of supercomputer?
So we can just download Optimus's memories back into him? Great! Which one's the big V? Over here? Somewhere in back?
Vector Sigma is more than a supercomputer, Jack. It is an ancient source of mystical power on Cybertron.
You have been a captive of the Autobots and locked in stasis for quite some time, Orion. Long enough for us to be in Exodus on another world.
Exodus? Why?
Because the warlord Ratchet's careless actions led to this. Cybertron.
Jackson Darby, you will not be traveling to another planet.
I'm in.
You're not going either, Miko. Not when one of you can.
June's right. Why send a boy to do a bot's job?
Because only a prime can access Vector Sigma, or one chosen by a prime. Optimus gave the keycard to Jack. It is now imprinted with his unique biosignature.
So you mean Jack's like some kind of honorary prime?
Let's just say Jack is the only one who can return Optimus to the Autobot we knew.
But why would Optimus willfully endanger a human? A child?
I'm not a child, Mom.
Maybe Optimus believes there's more to Jack than meets the eye.
All of which is moot. The keycard is useless to us without a means of reaching Cybertron, which we at present do not possess.
Dude, what about that?
Miko, the ground bridge barely got them into Earth's orbit, remember?
Yeah, but Ratchet built it. Can he just turbocharge the thing?
I cannot believe Ratchet capable of such horrors. Yes, and to think the Doctor of Doom's mad quest for power continues. His marauders pursued us to this planet's orbit. We feel its species are not ready to behold us. But we have resolved to protect this world from the same tragedy which was dealt to our own. One question, Megatron. Why are we called Decepticons? Another craven Autobot scare tactic. The name was meant to demonize us. Instead, we wear it as a badge of honor. For if speaking the truth is deception, then we are gladly guilty. Now please, Orion, there will be plenty of time for catching up. You must rest.
Megatron, I will do my part to stop Ratchet's unspeakable crimes of aggression. This I vow, with all my spark.
It seems we have successfully achieved control of Orion's spark. Now to put his mind to work. Have you sanitized the data core? Excellent. Our new archivist will require unlimited access to our files. It would be counterproductive for him to stumble upon any sensitive information.
Two-body slam burger specials. Enjoy.
Hey, Jack.
Sierra.
How come I never see you around?
What are you talking about? We have chemistry together. Class. Chemistry class.
I mean, outside of school. I never see you at any parties. Or the mall.
Well, mostly I'm here, wearing the hat. And you never can study too hard for the old SATs, you know. And there's some other stuff. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to KO Drive-In. May I take your...
5 p.m., Jack. Your shift is over. Let's go.
Oh. That kind of stuff.
Sierra, wait! She's my mother.
Your mom looks good in leather. On your bike.
Didn't mean to decimate your social life.
Not the first time. Any sign of Optimus?
Not today.
Not yet.
When we stormed the Iacon Hall of Records in the waning days of the war for Cybertron, we acquired highly classified files. Files written with Autobot codes, which we have been unable to decipher.
Autobot codes which the Iacon archivist Orion Pax should have no trouble cracking. Considering what's at stake, shouldn't we beef up the security around here?
Knockout. I believe that Orion will perform most effectively if he does not feel threatened or confined in any way. However, it is no coincidence that Orion's workstation is located in direct proximity to the Energon storage vault.
Which is under constant surveillance. Well played.
Ratchet, are you turbocharging the ground bridge?
Tinkering. No need to get anyone's hopes up just yet.
Orion, how fares Project Iacon?
I am a bit rusty, I fear. I've only managed to decode 3 entries.
And what do these entries comprise?
They were logged by Autobot archivists during the war, after I entered stasis. My only knowledge of their contents so far is that they are coordinates, targeting locations on this very planet. I surmise that they could indicate hiding places for vessels shuttled from Cybertron for safekeeping.
Such as historical documents or cultural artifacts?
My greatest fear would be weapons of mass destruction, hidden away for later use.
All the more reason it is essential that we do everything in our power to keep said vessels from Autobot reach. We are fortunate to have you on our side, Orion Pax.
Lord Megatron, I am puzzled by one particular finding. I have discovered several historic references to Starscream as your second in command. Yet I have not seen him aboard the ship.
Sadly, Commander Starscream is dead. Orion asks many questions. A valuable trait in an archivist, but not in a Decepticon. It is a matter of time before he unravels our fabrications, and his innate sense of right and wrong rises to the surface. I only hope that Orion will complete Project Iacon before I am forced to destroy him once and for all.
Ratchet! You awake? This is an emergency.
Agent Fowler, is it Optimus?
It's cons, and they're busting into the same military research lab they hit 2 months ago.
Another space bridge?
But for all we know, Optimus is riding with them.
Roll out.
Drop the power source.
Aren't you missing someone? Ready for that bridge? We'll be sure to tell the big O you said hello.
I see.
Scrap.
RC. Allow me to welcome her aboard.
No! If Orion so much as lays eyes on another Autobot, let alone be allowed to witness its destruction, everything he currently believes will be called into question. See to it that RC is escorted off this ship immediately.
Please return to your station. Lord Megatron's orders.
I heard a commotion.
What the?
You weren't able to determine the Decepticon's location? Or if Optimus was even aboard ship?
I couldn't confirm.
Bulkhead? What? You needed that? Only thing I need is our head honcho back.
It's not your fault.
If any of us needed rescuing, Optimus would have found a way. I didn't. Simple as that.
Ratchet! What happened out there? Reports indicate at least a dozen wounded. The heat's on me to provide some explanation. You bots better get your act together, or the Pentagon will make me shut down your base.
But where would you go?
Who knows? Maybe they'll ship us out to some island, or fire us into space. Wouldn't that be a welcome relief?
I don't blame Fowler. Optimus would have evacuated all humans from the area before engaging the cons.
We don't actually know what Optimus would have done because he's not here.
You're pretty good at stating the obvious, Bulk. Anything else you'd like to mention that we already know?
Nothing I can say in front of the children.
Hey, aren't we overlooking one positive? Nobody's talking about what the cons just got their claws on.
Yes, we managed to allow them to finally acquire a power source for their space bridge.
And how exactly would that be a positive?
We let them finish building their space bridge.
Why? So they can bring more zombies back from Cybertron?
No, so we can commandeer it and use it to send me to Cybertron.
Whoa, that's a pretty good idea.
Oh, well, if Miko thinks it's a good idea.
Nobody's saying it will be easy, but you've seized the space bridge before.
We blew one up. That's a whole lot different than three of us seizing and holding one.
B's right. We'd have to find the thing first.
Hello? If it's a space bridge, isn't it?
The term space refers to its transport range, not its physical location. And we've been monitoring Earth's orbit since the last one. We'd know if it were there.
So the bridge could be somewhere right here on Earth.
Like trying to find a servo in a scrapyard.
Then maybe we better start looking.
But the fact remains, we do not know what the Decepticons have in store for Optimus, or if he's truly safe from harm.
Starscream!
Commander Starscream. What's your malfunction? Lower those weapons immediately.
I'm sorry, sir, but Lord Megatron ordered that you be taken into custody should you ever return to the ship.
What? Clearly, there has been a mistake.
This is the Choten. Once he was a protector of the kaiju, but now he has his sights set on ruling the world. Kaijudo, Rise of the Duel Masters. All new next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Only on the Hub. Choose your creature. Save the world.
Previously on the Aquabat Super...